What's up guys, welcome back to another Bungie Mail Sack Breakdown. It was a fairly interesting one this week in my opinion, so let's get right into it. The first question comes from Full-Time Loser, nice username there, and he says, "We've seen a lot of helmets, very few faces." Now Bungie said that the few Guardians they've shown so far are properly shielded from danger. When it's your turn to explore a solar system filled with bad guys who want to shoot you in the face, you'll be grateful for those helmets. For now, we're not ready to unmask any more details on this front. So this is kind of a big question in my opinion, which is, will we be able to see characters' faces in Destiny? At GDC they talked about character customization, and one of the things they mentioned was hairstyle, so that would make it seem like we will be able to adjust our characters' faces, but we're not actually sure. Since we're no longer playing a static character, as in the Master Chief, and the Guardians are essentially us personally, I think we really should be able to see our faces and be able to adjust them however we want, otherwise I think it kind of breaks immersion in my opinion. But we'll just have to wait and see. The next question comes from Lord Visvas, I'm probably not pronouncing that right at all, and he asks, "Are you doing any work so that playing with someone of a higher or lower character level will be as fun and rewarding as playing with someone of the same level?" Now he answered, "Well, we're not ready to detail out character progression in Destiny. We will reiterate that we want everything in Destiny to be more fun when you're playing with friends. It's incredibly important to us that seasoned vanguards will find plenty of fun and rewarding things to do with other players who might not be able to commit the same amount of time to Destiny, or who may just be starting out on their adventures. So it definitely sounds like they're building Destiny so that all players of all skill levels can still play and enjoy the game together, which I think is really important, so that's great." Now another very interesting thing that was kind of snuck out into this answer was that they mentioned vanguards again. They said, "It's incredibly important to us that seasoned vanguards will find plenty of fun and rewarding things to do." So that's the whole vanguard thing coming up again. When the vanguards were first mentioned, we thought it was another class, that's what everyone made it sound like, and then we saw another article that simply said it was a type of Titan armor. Now it's definitely not a type of armor from how it's used here. To me it just sounds like more of a general name for Guardians, or maybe a specific type of Guardian, the way they're using it here. Could it be like some sort of rank or caste system maybe? Or is it another class? Really, we have no idea, we'll just have to wait and see. Now onto the next question. Narstrom asks, "Will it be possible to sympathize with the aliens over the humans?" DJ replied, "Anything is possible. But when those Cabal Centurions charge at you through the sands of Mars, the crimson dunes trembling under their deafening footfalls, we doubt the emotion you'll be feeling will be sympathy." And then he continued, "Or perhaps you were referring to the Awoken, and in that case we definitely think you'll share some common ground with them." So there's another mention of the Centurions we heard of before. It's probably some sort of class or rank within the Cabal, although we're not really sure. And then they once again mention Mars, further indicating that the Cabal pretty much occupy that planet and completely run it. And then of course being able to relate to the Awoken. Now onto the next question. Player 3 Thomas asks, "Would you please name an NPC after me?" If you don't know, NPC is non-playable character, or basically an AI. And DJ replied, "Only if you change your name to Osiris, or uncredited robot number 7. Now this could be nothing, but I have to wonder, why did he bring up Osiris when they're talking about NPCs? Is it possible that Osiris is an NPC faction that players can't join? Or is there something else to it? Or is it just completely unrelated? Honestly, I have no idea, but it definitely felt like they might be hinting at something there, so I figured I should mention it. Now onto the next question. This person's username I'm not even going to try and pronounce, I'd probably mess it up too much. He asks, "Of the locations revealed so far, which is your favorite skybox?" Now DJ said, "Looking up at the sky is a great way to leave yourself wide open to attack. The Vex don't stop to smell the roses, so choose your stargazing opportunities wisely. That said, there are quiet moments to enjoy the worlds of Destiny." Now again, this is probably nothing, but I have to wonder, why did he specifically mention the Vex here? Is there any underlying hint to this, or is it just coincidence? I'm not really sure. Also, the panel of employees also provided some answers. Some of them were kind of interesting. The first one comes from Jake, who said, "Gotta go with redacted. I literally sat there and stared at it for several minutes." Now whenever they do one of these things where they redact something, it just really piques my curiosity and I just really want to know what they were talking about. Now on to the next one. Joey said, "My favorite one hasn't been revealed yet." And then the next one comes from John, who answers, "Mars. There's a redacted in the sky that's just awesome." Now again, this is just really making me curious. I mean, what the hell could be in the sky? What are they talking about? I have no clue whatsoever, but I really want to know. And then finally the last one, Dawn answers, "Has the redacted been revealed?" While I was running around, I turned around and stared at the amazing sunset and took a couple screenshots of it. Now the reason I mentioned all these redacted things, even though they don't really have any substance because they're redacted obviously, is because it shows that there's a lot of awesome areas that haven't been revealed or talked about yet. Now, whether all these redacted things are different planets or just areas on planets or, what it could be, we really don't know. But either way, there's definitely a lot out there. Now, the next one comes from Rebel Nomad, who asks, I like to feel as if I am my character. Will I get that feeling while playing Destiny? And DJ answered, that experience will be essential in Destiny. Want to know who's the main character of this story? Hint, it's you. So I thought that was quite cool. It's really great for immersion into the world if you can feel connected to your character. Now the next one comes from Grandmaster Ninja, who asks, what's the most amusing way your character has perished in Destiny so far? Now they mostly just talked about a bunch of funny bug-induced deaths, but there was one I wanted to mention, and it comes from Mike, and he says, I've been known to throw grenades into an area to weaken my foes and then go charging in after them. Pro tip, make sure you wait for your grenades to explode before you start your charge. Now the reason this was interesting is because it shows that there will be grenades in Destiny. Now that should be kind of a given, but I'm quite sure that that's the first time it's ever actually been mentioned. So there you go, Destiny will have grenades. Now the final question this week comes from Creator, who asks, have you guys at Bungie finished all the graphics for the character models and the world, etc.? DJ replied, no, no, and no, and no. Everything you've seen so far is a work in progress. There's still a lot of work to be done. This is why you're made to wait, friends. Not because we like to tease you, not because we know that you can take it, it's because we're still working. So they definitely still have a lot of work to do, and all of the footage we've seen so far is still a work in progress, so you should still expect some changes and improvements here and there. Now that was all the really interesting points out of this week's Mail Sack. As usual, if you want to read the full thing, there is a link in the description below. Stay tuned for another breakdown the same time next week, and of course any other Destiny news that pops up in the meantime. But thanks a lot for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next update.